and all of a sudden his head caught fire. Exploding into a hot mess, his brain became a blazing maze of crazy flames. Every thought, every half idea, every memory of everything he'd ever seen or read or heard caught light and shone out of the top of his neck, and it was beautiful. Spirals of fire, virals, burst out of his face, reaching out and pulling back and weaving in and out of each other hypnotically. And you know how chemicals change flames different colours? Well, the same thing happened here. Colours germinated from his head as the fire burnt through different parts of his mind. A childhood memory turned green, the thought of a best friend turned sort of orangey red, and that novel he started writing ages ago but forgot about, it turned purple. The fire raged on, exposing a flash of his entire life before the eyes of the world before it ran out of things to burn and died. Except it didn't die. Tiny embers stayed alive in the pits of his neck, and fires are well renowned for spreading wildly. All it takes is a spark, and a passerby, and their heads catch fire, and her head catches fire, and his head catches fire, and soon everyone's catching fire in ways similar yet completely different from one another, and soon it's affecting the whole town, and then the surrounding cities and the county and the country and the continent, the hemisphere and the world. A giant ball of fire spinning through space, fueled by memories and thoughts and half ideas. And it didn't stop there. Asteroids send flames hurtling across the galaxy to completely different planets, where completely different life forms' heads, or equivalent of heads, catch fire in exactly the same way, creating new glowing balls of fire. And this happens millions and millions of times, and there's billions and billions of these things. And you can see for yourself. If you're outside and it's night and it's clear, just look up and you can see. This doesn't really have an ending. You know, I feel I should be summing it all up in one sentence, kind of saying something like, sometimes it's the smallest things that are really the biggest, but that doesn't really make sense, and I can't think of anything better. This whole thing doesn't really make sense. It's not that well thought through, really. It's just a thought. It's a half idea. It's something to turn purple when my head catches fire.